All right, so the one thing that's really good about using an action camera versus something like your mobile phone is that you can mount these in places that you definitely do not want to put your phone in. And if you want that action footage to look as natural as possible, you're gonna want to pick up something like this, which are ND filters. And for those who aren't familiar with ND filters, you can think of them as sunglasses for your camera. However, when you shoot with a really high shutter speed during the day, everything in your video is gonna look really sharp and crisp. Now, while that might sound good, if you're shooting things that have a lot of motion in it, you're gonna want some motion blur in the video. Now, in order for you to get more natural motion blur in your video, you're gonna need to lower that shutter speed down, and that's where ND filters come in. Depending on the strength of the ND filter, once you throw it onto your camera, it will then darken up your image. Now, the only way you can expose it properly then is to lower that shutter speed. Once you lower that shutter speed on your camera, and if you have a lot of things moving in your frame, you will now see a little bit more natural blur in the video. Now, depending on how bright the day is and how much of that blur you want in your video, you're gonna wanna switch up the different strengths of ND filters. So if you're using your Action 5 Pro in situations where you want to see that in motion, you definitely are gonna wanna pick up some neutral density filters.